Okay, we are recording on the way to the sanctuary this fine Sunday morning. But it's a weird morning because we got a call from a nearby business because there's totes that are left outside of the sanctuary, which usually does not mean good things.
Yep.
So we've only ever had one animal dropped on our doorstep before, and I hope to God it's not something like that.
It's a lot colder this time around.
Yes.
And they said it looks like there's totes outside, which would imply that it's not well insulated. So
Yeah.
nervous. Thankfully we were already, getting ready to leave when the call came in. So it's not like we had to drop something that we were already doing to make time to go over there. It was already a pretty quick turnaround.
So we're, I hope it's not animals, but if it is, I just wanted to document this sort of process. This is the not as rewarding part of doing what we do, but we will update you when we get there.
I'm really stoked.
It's like multiple toads.
Yeah. Oh god, there's a blanket wrapped around it. Those are animals.
Yeah. Those are animals.
Oh,
So,
we've got 10 ball pythons. We think they were left probably last night because they had these heat packs with them, but they're all cold now.
which I don't know how cold it can get.
They're supposed to last like 6 hours.
It's 25 degrees out right now.
That's true.
Everyone's moving, everyone's alive. We've already done through mite checks, but we put them in the smallest room we have while we figure out.
Which is our bathroom, but we've got a space heater to hopefully get them back up to temp at a reasonable pace. And then while they're in here warming up, we're working out how to make space for them in our quarantine room because we're currently full.
Yeah.
So, the timing of things isn't always perfect, but that's okay. We will figure it out and make sure that they have space and homes, and everybody will be, fed and cared for.
This is the day after those guys were on our doorstep. Cam's not here right now, so I'm just kind of recording this on my own. But they were all healthy. We're just keeping an eye out for respiratory infections, but there was no mites. We did a mite check. We did weights and all that. And I just wanted to share one of the animals that we may end up keeping for educational purposes. But this is the largest ball python I have ever seen. She's just huge. Now, length may not be super crazy, but in girth, she's just a monster. Fortunately, with all of these guys that came in, we have some information about what they were eating and things like that. So we have some information about them eating live or frozen or whatnot. But you could probably already tell why she made me a good educational animal. So she has the spider morph, which gives her this pattern down her back, but it also is associated with a neurological issue due to the malformation of the ear bones. So she's really big, but the reason she's a good educational animal is because typically breeders don't work a lot with spider because of the issues that are associated with it. But she is a past breeder, and it said it on the card that came on her tote. But she is 7 and has had previous babies, hence her giant size. But it's kind of sad because that means that there are more snakes out there with these genes, and some of the other ones, I think one of the other ones had spider, and he has a bit of a wobble and can't hold his head straight either. An easy way to tell that, and we look through this with all of our guys just in case there's something underlying, but if you tilt them upside down and they don't right themselves right away, that's a good sign that there's something not going on right. But she is just huge. So you can obviously tell she's a bit shy. And we're going to work with her and see if the ambassador life might be something that works for her. We obviously don't want it to, if it's between finding a home and keeping her around, but the animal isn't thriving in an educational environment, then obviously we don't want to put them in that situation. But so far she's been pretty good with us. She does only eat live, unfortunately, especially with that wobble that's super scary. So we're gonna have to try to slowly get her to frozen thawed, especially with how big of a rodent she would need. She, according to what would be equivalent to like 10 to 15% of her body weight, it would be like an extra large rat, which is huge. That's enormous. But she has been pretty good for us. We ended up naming them all after the planets. And so we have Sol and Terra for Earth, and Mars, Venus, all those. So her name currently is Neptuna. I've been kind of calling her Big Mama. But she's been pretty good for us. So I'm just going to slowly start working with her, and we're going to hold her back for the meantime and sort of see where she thrives best. But I'm sorry we didn't catch all of our, getting weights and everything of everybody, but it could have been a lot worse. They could have had mites, they could have had respiratory infections, they could have had a lot of things wrong with them. So in the grand scheme of things, it could have been worse. Okay, this is another one of those animals that was dropped off at our doorstep. And all things considered, they're all pretty healthy. All things considered, it could have been a lot worse. But everyone is set up now and going through quarantine. And we are kind of keeping an eye on everybody. But so far, it's been all good things. So we will be finding them homes fairly soon and kind of going from there. If you guys liked kind of hearing about this story and would like to hear about stories like this in the future, go ahead and hit subscribe and like this video to let us know. But this is the not so glamorous part of what we do, and so we're very thankful to have people like you guys supporting us and following along in this journey to help these animals go to better homes, go to places that'll take care of them and have them for the rest of their lives. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.